Welcome, my UFC fans. I was unable to stream yesterday, so sorry about that. But I've been very, very tired, and yesterday was just a day to rest. So I really had to do it. I had to rest yesterday. I was having so many obligations. Have you seen that Jose Aldo is making his professional debut? And that's really something I've enjoyed hearing. I've really enjoyed hearing now that Jose Aldo is going to make some money out of that's that's amazing. That's really much amazing to me. I'm pretty much glad to see him another making more money to see. Hey Kev, how you doing? I'm very very glad to see that. And yesterday I really had no time. It was like a very tough day for me. I had UFC, I had boxing, and then I was extremely tired. So sorry because I was unable. You will see soon my new interview with Modestas Bukauskas. Big favorites on this card. Yeah, many big favorites. I didn't place my bets yet though, but I have. Now I'm gonna tell you what I plan to play. Uh, I'm gonna make my bets tomorrow, but play. I plan to play Punella Soriano versus Roman Kopilov not going the distance. I plan to play Umar Nurmagomedov. And I plan to play Rebecca to win. And Nascimento to win. Yes, and Alan Nascimento to win. I think Nascimento is even sounding more safer to me than, for example, Mateusz Rebecca. I'm still thinking of Rebecca situation. Also, Charles Johnson versus Jimmy Flick. I'm thinking of not going the distance. That's what I'm thinking right now at the moment. Yeah, Jose Aldo making his professional boxing debut. That's also a nice piece of information. I also like hearing that. Well, at least he's gonna earn some money. He deserved it. I mean, at the end of the day, he deserved to earn. He deserved to earn some money. Even after the UFC career, I mean, okay, Jose Aldo was really throwing hard. He really gave UFC whatever he could, and I'm glad to see him earning a bit more money, which is really a nice place to be. Jose Aldo really needs to earn more money. I definitely agree on that. Tomorrow I'm going to make a UFC breakdown. I'm going to make it tomorrow, and I hope it's gonna look nice. Pretty much, I hope it's gonna look nice on my end, and of course, it's gonna look nice on your end too. As I haven't done this for ages, man. I have a feeling that I haven't done this for ages. I'm like, when was the last time when I did something like that? 3 weeks ago. I was just having regular chats with my fans, and nowadays I'm just heading to the streams. Does it sound okay? Well, to some point, yes. I must say to some point, yes. So say yes to the dress. That's what I'm looking forward. Say yes to the dress, man. And easy to say that a decent opponent, for example, a very decent opponent. I just hope Jose Aldo is going to get a very decent opponent, and Modestas Bukauskas get back into the UFC, and I hope he's going to have assistance with that because he really, really does well. He really did well at Cage Warriors. Today we had one interview, and you will see interview with Modestas Bukauskas sometime later. Later at my channel, you will see that interview. Yeah, you will see that interview coming, and I do have a feeling that was one of the best interviews I've ever had. Not only because of the questions I asked, but because of the connection with the fighter. And Modestas and I are pretty much on the same wavelength. We pretty much understand each other well, and I believe when you want to make a high quality interview that it's very important to have a connection with the fighter. So you should feel each other, You should feel each other, and Modestas and I definitely can feel each other. Modestas and I can definitely can definitely complement each other. So I'm pretty much happy Modestas used to be a guest of mine. That really means a lot to me. And now, two fans of the year. Yeah, two fans of the year here in the chat. Gonna be pretty much amazing. I didn't make my bets yet, but tomorrow I'm probably gonna make them. Yeah, I'm always betting on Tuesday, and yes, I will bet this weekend. Um, I'm thinking of Mateusz Rebecki as odds kinda suck, really suck. I'm gonna put Nurmagomedov for sure to win. I'm gonna put Nascimento to win. Soriano versus Coppola fight not going the distance probably, and Johnson Flick probably fight not going the distance. These are odds I'm looking forward to these days. No distance for Soriano versus Kopilov. That's okay. A lot of heavy favorites. Yeah. I don't like when there are heavy favorites on the card. I'm thinking of evading Rebecca fight only because I believe I'm thinking of evading Mateusz Rebecca card on the card only because it's -7 all. I mean, I believe in Rebecca to win, but it's like odds are. I don't know. I don't even know how to call them. Should have been a pay-per-view, not this trash. Pay-per-view gonna be next weekend. No, January, December. I hate January and December, and you know why. I really hate those 2 months because UFC heavily slows down, and that's something that kind of irritates me a lot. It really irritates me a lot. So I've been traveling a lot, and I don't need more travels. I just need to focus on my career, and I'm trying as much as I can. But with UFC, I think it's gonna be nice. I really think it's gonna be nice this UFC upcoming event. I mean, there are many guys from Dana White Contender Series, and when you have a lot of guys from Dana White Contender Series, it's amazing because you can learn a lot from them. Yeah, you can learn a lot from them. For example, you can watch amazing fights. I mean, let's be honest. You really want to see amazing fights coming up because I do. I do. I want to see it coming up. I'm really, really a heavy favorite of those fights. I'm really, really a heavy favorite of those fights, as you know, people tend to prove each other. When somebody wants to prove himself, he is probably gonna fight harder than normal. At least I would fight harder than normal. And yeah, that's pretty much amazing. Pretty much amazing coming up so far, and it's needless to say that UFC is really, really bringing a lot of bringing a lot of great moments. You know, a lot of great moments are coming up, and I have to say it's really, really going to be one of the best things that have ever happened. This UFC event, really, is going to be amazing. I mean, every UFC event would be amazing after 3 weeks, after a 3 week layoff. It would have been amazing always. Even for me, it's amazing. Just to share it on Twitter. 1 second. Just to share it on Twitter. Yeah, I do agree. It should have been a pay-per-view. We always strive for the pay-per-view, and we always strive for the best, but sometimes you simply can't. I like to say that sometimes UFC cannot find the range and they are having range issues. Yeah, I like to joke around to say that they are dealing with the range issues, and in these cases, they are definitely doing that. They are definitely dealing with range issues because fans are hungry, man. Fans are hungry for a good UFC, including me. Fans are pretty much hungry for a good UFC. So sorry, because I'm not streaming. Sorry, because I'm not streaming a bit later today. But unfortunately, my time is kind of limited, and you know that very well. And tonight you will be able to watch Modestas Bukauskas interview on my channel, which is to some point one of the most amazing achievements the world has ever seen. As seeing Modestas Bukauskas on my channel, it's always a pleasure. Iggy versus Jackson. Iggy versus Jackson fight not going the distance. Imavo versus Gastelum. I hope Imavo is going to win. I think Imo gonna win, but I would say fight starts round 4. That's what I'd say. I'd say fight starts round 4 sounds like a decent piece of play. So far, this card, I'll be back after 3 weeks. Let's be pretty much happy. Let's stay pretty much happy heading into this amazing card. Yeah, this amazing card is gonna really make me enjoy. I do believe this is going to be one of the best fight cards so far. Yeah, I do believe this fight card is really amazing. Yeah, it is really amazing. To me, at least, in the first place. We got a lot of prospects coming up when we're already discussing this one. Looking forward to the match between Charles Johnson and Jimmy Flick because it will hardly go the distance. I'd like to stay away from Argueta, Bulgarian, and Abdul Razak Al Hassan versus Claudio Ribeiro. That's killing. That's a killer fight for betting. That's a killer fight alongside Kathleen Vieira versus Raquel Pennington. The only thing that makes sense to me in this fight is the fight to go the distance. Just like Priscilla Cachoeira versus Sierra Jubanks. That's also gonna be a nice fight. Yeah, over. I have a feeling for over, but it seems Sierra Jubanks suffered a lot of damage, and many people see a finish in this fight, which is I don't know. Kind of surprises me why many people believe it's gonna be early finish in that fight. I mean, Kachara likes to finish people, but Jubanks, she's not an easy opponent to deal with. Kelvin Gastelum, Nasturdin Imao could go all the way. Gastelum was showing great skill set when he used to be an underdog, and we mustn't write him off. Iggy faced better competition, and I believe he won with Emmett, and I think he will beat Jackson by decision. I think if Iggy wins, that Iggy wins via stoppage. If Iggy wins, if Jackson wins, he will probably go for some kind of a submission. But overall, I see Iggy as a better fighter. If I must pick a side, I would probably say Iggy to win. Yeah, I would probably say Iggy to win if I must pick a side. I also think he faced better competition alongside. Mm, yeah, he was fighting better fighters, definitely. But I don't think Jackson has the power to knock Iggy out. I don't see Jackson having the power to knock Iggy out. I definitely don't see him knocking Iggy out because I really do believe Iggy is a guy who can take a beating, especially Jackson is brutal on the ground, but in the stand-up, I'd give him like 2.5 out of 5, but on the ground, I'd give him 5 out of 5. If I can give grades, like if this is a video game, I could probably give grades if this was a video game. So that's how I would grade him. I really do believe that guy is heavily underestimated. I do believe. I do believe Jackson deserves more credit, but against Iggy, it's gonna be hard. It's really gonna be hard against Iggy. Flick will beat Johnson for me. Flick submission or Johnson KO TKO. That's why I'm playing no distance in that fight. I'm probably gonna bet that. I'm probably gonna bet no distance. Flick is one of the best submission guys in the league. Yet 125, I think Flick is among top 3 submission guys. I mean, he has never been the greatest guy when it comes to stand-up game, but his submission game therefore rocks. He is very brutal in submission game. And Charles Johnson didn't defeat Zhalga Zhumagulov, so no, he didn't win that fight. It was a heavy robbery. It was one of the heaviest robberies I've ever seen. To me, at least, it was one of the heaviest robberies. But it's not greater robbery than Paddy Pimblett versus Jared Gordon. It can't be a greater robbery than that. There's no way it could be greater. I don't think we've ever seen a greater robbery than Paddy Pimblett versus Jared Gordon in the history of the competition. I'm trying to remember, I'm thinking, but no, man. Simply no. I have to say no. That's the worst robbery the world has ever seen, for me in the first place. Really the worst robbery the world has ever seen. But at the end of the day, Flick has decent chances. He is a heavy underdog. Also, I believe Nascimento's opponent doesn't have much of a chances. Also, Alan Nascimento, I've discredited that guy on many occasions, and I have to say sorry to Alan Nascimento because I didn't believe much in him. I really owe him an apology. I really owe that guy an apology because I didn't do a good job when it comes to treating him nice. I really think I should have treated him way better. He deserved it. I mean, that guy pretty much deserved it, let's be honest. I like being honest. And that guy was really, really doing an excellent job. I'm a fan of that guy, actually. Very big fan of that guy. Johnson should have been out in the UFC. He lost to Zhumagulov. It was a robbery. It was a heavy robbery. One of the heaviest robberies I've ever seen. Heavy robbery. Even when I was watching the stats, it seems like Zhumagulov outstruck him, outgrappled him, and he should have been 0-2. I mean, the first fight, he was having a hard opponent. I can understand that to some point. But in the second fight, they gave him victory for what? I mean, I know that he comes from LFA, that he is LFA champ, which is amazing. I mean, it's never easy to win LFA. But if you come from Legacy Fighting Alliance, that doesn't mean you can win via robberies. Also, if you come from Cage Warriors. But then it's all about money and his lovely hype train. It's all about hype train in the UFC, and I've never been the greatest fan of hype trains. I mean, what will happen if Hamzat loses the fight? Then everybody are gonna go against him, you know? Glory, it will not last for a long period of time. Glory lasts, comes, lasts, goes away. It might not be the greatest call, if you know what I mean. Glory is sometimes... It's not eternal, especially in the UFC. Glory cannot be eternal. It's different, you know? When you're having a glory, it's different. When you lose, everybody's going to forget you. That's how it goes in the sports, in the world of sports. That's how it goes, and that's something that pretty much irritates me in the first place. That irritates me. Aliev Alves. It's either going to be Alves via knockout or it's going to be Aliev via some kind of a ground and pound. I have not gone the distance, but I think Alves is heavily underestimated. I think that guy has a brutal power. So if you ask me, I would give Alves decent chances in that fight. The Tajik Eagle is having big power, and he is excellent in wrestling. But what about Alves' punch power? How about that? Alves' punch power is pretty much on point, and he is heavy-handed. Have you seen how that guy looks? And he is moving pretty much nicely for his weight class. I know he is known for the greatest vein miss in the history of modern UFC, but I hope that's behind him. He switched weight class right now, and I believe this is his weight class. This is his real weight class. That's how I believe. He should have never tried himself out at 145 because this has never been his weight class and his cardio was pretty much off point. But now his cardio is on point. Now he has some of the best cardios in the game. For a muscular guy, it's very hard to have a cardio because your muscles are big. You will need more oxygen, and his muscles, I believe, his muscles are not. I believe his muscles are stacked with oxygen right now when he joined the heavier weight class. I believe this is the perfect move for him. Yeah, I do have a feeling this is a perfect move for him. This couldn't have been a better move on his end. Switching one weight class above. One weight class up, he cruised 10 pounds not, and I think this was a great move. I really see this as a great, great move, as a great piece of move. So, what do you think? Oh, we've got to throw. Oh, we've got to throw. Somebody came here to troll me. Oh, he came here to troll me. Hmm. There are so many trolls here. It's so funny, man. Somebody came here to troll, and he thinks I'm that stupid guy that I don't know it's his fake profile. But never mind. When we wanna discuss about the upcoming fights, I also believe Modestas Bukauskas is going to be one of the best guys the world has ever seen. And you will see a new amazing version of Modestas Bukauskas. Yeah, you will see a new amazing version of Modestas Bukauskas. I can tell you, Modestas Bukauskas is going to do a wonderful, wonderful job. If they ever give him a chance in the UFC, we'll see how amazingly this is going to go. And Modestas Bukauskas, I'm telling you guys, you haven't seen the best of Modestas Bukauskas. You've never seen the best of Modestas Bukauskas just yet. He is a UFC vet, but he will be UFC star soon. I'm telling you that. Also, I know that Jose Aldo is at the end of his career, but from time to time I've seen that Jose Aldo was slowing down, and I've seen when he moved to 135, I've seen that it wasn't the nicest piece of play by him. I mean, he was at the end of his career, but he will always be remembered as a featherweight king. He will always be remembered as a featherweight king. So that featherweight king will be remembered forever. I like Jose Aldo. I grew up on Jose Aldo's fights, and I am pretty much telling that Jose Aldo is one of the best guys the world has ever seen. Yeah, guys, he's making his professional debut, and this is no joke. This is no joke. You can see it. You can see it here. Uh, where is this about Jose Aldo's professional debut? Hold on, he's making his professional boxing debut. Where the hell is that article? Ah, yeah. Targeted for February 10th in Brazil. Yeah, you can read more here. You can definitely read more here about Jose Aldo. And let me see. Jose Aldo is expected to enter the squared circle to make his professional debut in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil on February 10th. Multiple people with knowledge of the situation told MMA Fighting. It is still unclear who Aldo will face as well as the number of rounds and weight class. But the plan is to make it a professional match. The 36-year-old veteran has been training boxing actively since before he hung up his MMA gloves, working with boxing coaches at the Brazilian Navy in Rio de Janeiro. Aldo exited MMA with a record of 31 victories and 8 defeats, 17 of those wins coming by the way of a knockout. The boxing event will be held at Upper Arena, Nova União's training center, and the usual site for Shoto Brazil cards in the city. Former UFC and WC featherweight champion retired from MMA after having his 3-fight winning streak snapped by Marat Dvalishvili in 2022. And even though Aldo remained under contract with the UFC, his said company president Dana White promised he would clear him to compete in any sport other than MMA. Aldo told MMA Fighting podcast Trocacao Franca in October that competing in boxing was a possibility as his next move, and of course he needs some money. It is normal. I mean, it was always a dream I had in my life. I never hid that from anyone, he said at the time. It was always a dream, but let's see. Everybody says I'm still young, that I have a few years left. Fellow Nova União fighters Johnny Eduardo, Hernani Perpetuo, and Valmir Lazaro, who have all competed before in the UFC, are also expected to box on the same card. MMA Fighting has learned. Yeah, Johnny Eduardo, Hernani Perpetuo, and Valmir Lazaro. That is amazing to me, an amazing piece of play. An amazing piece of play and an amazing experience. At least in my end, that's going to be an amazing experience. Yeah, that's going to be an amazing experience. At least for me. At least for me, it's going to be amazing. I mean, imagine all those guys fighting at the same card. You got the former UFC vets, Jose Aldo, Johnny Eduardo, Nani Perpetuo, and Valmir Lazaro. That is going to be amazing. I mean, that could be a UFC boxing card. Yeah, a former UFC boxing card. I could call it that way. A former UFC boxing card. Nice coming up, guys. Yeah, imagine Jose Aldo fighting at Nova União. Man, he is training boxing for a long period of time now. Jose Aldo used to be known for great punches, but for me, Jose Aldo will be always remembered for that brutal Muay Thai leg kick. Yeah, Muay Thai leg kick is his trademark, lads. Muay Thai leg kick. That's his trademark. He's got one of the best Muay Thai leg kicks in the game. Yeah, I really do believe he's got one of the best Muay Thai leg kicks in the game. So if you follow his training sessions, and I do follow that guy. I do follow that guy actively on Instagram. You will see that he always posts new stuff, and that could really help you. That could really help you a lot. And about Modestas Bukauskas, I'm telling you, this is no joke. No joke about Modestas Bukauskas. I mean, Modestas Bukauskas is the great guy. A really great guy, and after two back-to-back Cage Warriors wins, after reclaiming his belt, he is one. I believe he's the only two-time Cage Warriors champ. Now he achieved something in his life. Sometimes he's below, sometimes he's above, but that guy is looking great, if you ask me. If you ask me, that guy is really, really looking great, and you will see. You will see. There will be surprises on the end of Modestas Bukauskas, definitely. There will be some surprises, and Bukauskas will show you that he's got many years left. I mean, many people are claiming that Modestas Bukauskas is done, that his time is gone, but that's not true. Believe me, that is not true. It can't be true. It simply can't be true because that's that's Modestas Bukauskas, guys. He's not done yet. That's Puka, my friend. Yeah, that is my friend Modestas Bukauskas. An amazing guy. Even better fighter. I'm a big fan of his. Yeah. Should I start yawning? Maybe. Maybe to some point it could bring me good results. Or not. But you see, I haven't banned the troll for a month. No, for 7 days I haven't banned the troll. So you've seen that a guy tried to troll me. Oh, he tried to troll me. Oh, he's got a fake profile and he wants to fight me. Well, come here, come to Serbia, man. You can always come to Achille MMA and fuck me up if you're that powerful. But no, he's just a troll. That's a guy who has no guts to fight, you know? Trolls are going to fight on keyboard. All of them are strong via keyboard, but who is really going to come and fight me? Nobody. Because they are not gonna do it. They are just not gonna do it. I mean, this virtual world, everybody is a fighter, everybody is tough, everybody is powerful, everybody wants to fuck you up, but generally, they're just pussies. Yeah, they're big, big pussies. If you meet them in real life, they're big, big pussies who have no guts to tell you anything. They're just going to, be strong via keyboard. But when it comes to being strong outside of keyboard, nothing will ever happen because they are just trolls. And they are gonna fight me. Oh yeah, they're gonna fuck me up with words. But yeah, it's so funny when you're banning trolls. Yeah, it's so funny when you're banning trolls. It's to some point it's really really funny, you know. But I used to have like 10, like 5, 10 trolls per chat when I was starting with my YouTube run, and now I don't have many trolls, which is amazing to some point. The number of trolls is dropping. Yeah, the number of trolls is dropping because they are aware that this is not going to bring them any good. That I'm not a guy who's gonna back down. That I'm not a guy who's gonna show them. I have no fear of trolls. They can freely, you can freely come to Serbia and fuck me up if you're that powerful, like Charlie Zelenov style trolls. Yeah, it's really funny. No, to some point, it's really, really funny. Yeah, they are all gonna fuck you up with words. Every single troll, they are all going to, piss you up with words. They are going to teach you a lesson, etc. Well, come here. Come here. Why are you so brave? I mean, and you're so brave. Come on. Come to Serbia. I'm training at Achille MMA. We've got open sparrings. Come here and teach me a lesson if you're that brave. Just come here and teach me a lesson if you're that brave. Don't threaten via keyboard. But that's all they are going to do. They are just strong with words and that's it. Powerful trolls. Also, Jose Aldo. And also about Modestas Bukauskas, in the case you don't know, he defeated Chuck Campbell. Yeah, he defeated Chuck Campbell at Cage Warriors, and I do believe that Modestas Bukauskas is definitively going to do a great job. I believe huge things are coming up ahead of Modestas Bukauskas because he's really born for big achievements. Now, people are going to say, like, Vlad, you are good with Modestas, you are protecting, you are overprotecting him, you are overprotective. Well, I'm not, I'm just realistic. There is a difference between being realistic and being overprotective, but I'm just being realistic. And extremely realistically saying, Bukauskas is ready for big achievements, guys. I'm not joking around. I'm not joking around. Bukauskas is ready for big, massive achievements, and you will see that. You will see that, guys. You will see that he deserves a lot of attention, and you will see what is going to happen with Modestas Bukauskas when he starts piecing people up. He'll be one of the greatest sensations. Yeah, Modestas Bukauskas is going to be one of the greatest sensations when he returns to the UFC. Also, in 205 weight class, there aren't many guys who can fight from both stances. So I can just tell you, don't be surprised if you see a guy fighting out from both stances. Just don't be surprised because that is the history behind Modestas Bukauskas. That's the guy who can fight from both stances, and that's the guy who can piece people up. Yeah, he can really piece people up. He can really fight well from both stances, and you will see that. I'm not joking around. This is no joke, lads. I'm not joking around. That guy, that guy will show you how powerful he really is. Oh yeah, yeah. This is no joke. Modestas Bukauskas days are coming. I know many people are busy now. Some are in school, some are out there, but I really need to prove. I really need to prove the point to many haters, to many people. I really need to prove the point that many people were trying to convince me that I know nothing about Modestas Bukauskas' achievements, that I know nothing about his actions, etc., etc. But that's not true. I know way more than you know. That's for sure. I know way more than you know. That guy is ready for wars. That guy is ready to create some big achievements. And mark my words, when you see Bukauskas, the first thing that will come to your mind is the victory. And the victory in the UFC circuit now. I'm going to compare the version of Bukauskas priorly and the version of Bukauskas nowadays. First of all, Modestas Bukauskas in the early stages of his career was a guy. I mean, he used to be a Cage Warriors champ, but he was only fighting in one stance. He was fighting from one stance. But nowadays, he is fighting from both stances. Yeah, he's fighting from both stances now. He's got great taekwondo kicks, and he's improving his skill set every single day. Yeah, he's constantly doing a great job. He's constantly piecing people up on the feet, and I got to say, if you ignore Bukauskas this time, you're going to make a big mistake, guys. Because Bukauskas is ready for big achievements, and this is no joke. This is really no joke. Bukauskas is ready for big achievements. So I'm telling you, you will see how good that guy really is. Now you're going to say, yeah, you're just yelling about Bukauskas and his great achievements and everything. But I'm telling you, I'm dead ass. You'll see his name. Khabib Nurmagomedov taking some time off for his family, but undecided on long-term future in MMA. I'm actually sick of that guy. Please, man, stay away from UFC forever. I mean, I'm sick of you, really. You don't know what you want in your life. Just go away, please. MMA Hour with KSI, Marlon Vera, Terence McKinney, and darts champ Michael Smith. at 1 p.m. That's amazing. That is really amazing. Let me see. Angela Lee announces, oh man, yeah, this was Angela Lee announced sister Victoria Lee, one championship veteran, dead at 18 years of age. Dustin Poirier, oh, my condolences, Angie. I mean, Victoria Lee used to be a great fighter. I don't know what happened. Charles Onen proclaims Cain Velasquez as the scariest fighter in MMA history. Who gives a damn about Child? Dustin Poirier reacts to Dana White slapping his wife. You should never put your hands on a woman. I would also say the same thing. Crute versus Manifield. Not going to distance my call. I think Crute can actually pull this out. I think Jimmy Crute is pretty much underestimated, so I do believe Jimmy Crute might actually win this fight. Yeah, I do believe the guy is underestimated. What do you think? Does Crute stand a chance? I do believe he stands a chance. Let me see what did Dustin Poirier say. TMZ released a video showing White. Alright, in the interview with Vladi Aldo, Poirier was asked about the video. You should never put your hands on a woman. I don't know the repercussions that come along with somebody on his stature running these businesses and doing something like that. I have no clue. It's not a good look for sure. While Poirier was asked if any sanctions should be delivered against White, he admits he'd be talking out of turn. I'm staying out of it because that'd be taking out my ass. Poirier said, I don't know what should happen. But Poirier is saying that he should never raise his hand on a woman. No. I also say you should never raise your hand on a woman. I mean, unless it's like, unless your life is at stake, unless your life is endangered, that's something different. But when your life is not at stake, never, man. That's something you should never do. I mean, really, that's something you should never do. I can't support anybody who hits his wife, and I can't support those type of people. I mean, man, if you don't like something, just file for divorce. I don't know, file for divorce. You don't have to be in a relationship if that doesn't work, if that doesn't function. You don't have to be in a relationship, man. But don't do it like fighting your wife. I mean, it's an act of a coward. I mean, maybe they were drunk. Maybe, maybe it worked that way around. I don't know. Maybe there was a different rule set back then, but I don't support it, man. Why would you put your hands on a woman? Yeah, why would you put your hands on a woman? That's something that pretty much makes no sense to me. I would never do that. I would definitely never do something like that. Simply can't understand someone who does that. To some point, I'm backing up Dustin Poirier on that. If you're already fighting, just if you really want to fight your wife, like then, I mean, if you're doing that in public, what are you doing behind the closed doors? I mean, if somebody records you doing something like that, it's not good for marketing at all. And about Khabib, man, it's annoying, taking some time off, taking some time off. Man, if you don't want to be in MMA, just don't be. Just don't be, man. Just forget about it. Let me see. The former UFC champ. The year certainly turned out to be a very busy and successful. Take care of yourself, brothers. I hope my decision is only for the best. A big hug to you all. 34-year-old Dagestani native will be taking some time off for his family, but that doesn't necessarily signal that he is leaving coaching behind forever. A source stated Nurmagomedov never knows what may happen in the future. I mean, come on, man, just decide what you want. He's working with fighters such as Makachev, new Bellator lightweight champion Usman Nurmagomedov, Umar Nurmagomedov, Abubakar Nurmagomedov, and even served as a cornerman and the coach for Bilal Muhammad during his recent win over Sean Brady. Vlad, let's make a parlay for this UFC and we all bet on it. I didn't place my bet yet, but fine. I can make one parlay and I can play other singles. I'm going to tell you what would I play. But I'm going to confirm tomorrow. Roman versus Puna, no distance. Alan to win. Let me see. I'm going to write you what would I play. Yeah. Omar to win. I'm thinking of that. I'm thinking about staying away from Mateusz Rebecki. And I'm thinking of staying away from Mateusz Rebecki only because Mateusz Rebecki. I mean, he's probably going to win, but minus 700 to risk. Too much of a risk. Minus 700, man. Odds are insane. I understand that he should be heavy favorite. Okay, he should be heavy favorite. I understand that, but odds are insane. Odds are insane in the case of Mateusz Rebecki. Odds are crazy, man. Fucking crazy odds. Yeah, extremely crazy odds. What do you think? Odds are extremely crazy in his case, right? I'm eager to say that odds are pretty much off point when I think bookies are off their rockers. Yeah, I'm saying bookies are off their rockers. Nah, bookies. I understand that bookies must live from something, but is this a way to go? Nah, I would never say. This is not the way to go, man. Like giving minus 700 to Rebecca. Like, why, man? I mean, okay, I understand Rebecca is a better fighter, but minus 700 at his UFC debut. Does it sound normal to you? No. No, it can't sound normal to you. It will never be normal, at least for me in the first place, it will never be normal. It's heavily off point, if you ask me. Heavily off point. Have you also seen a UFC Vegas card that is promoting Asian market? They are going to put a different starting time, yeah, to affect Asian market, which is, I don't know, maybe to some point that's okay. They put a different time schedule so more people in Asia will be able to watch. This is okay. Yeah, I think this is okay. And there will be many road to UFC fighters, and Yaka Saragih is going to compete against. I forgot that fighter from India. I forgot his name. Yeah, unfortunately, I forgot his name. But how was his name? Man, I forgot. I completely forgot. These are new young guns, and I like to follow young guns. I like new fresh blood. I really like it. I really like to see new fresh blood stepping inside the octagon. This is a really big step up in the competition when you enter the octagon like that. But you need a lot of bravery. You need a lot of courage. One can't ignore that. You really need a lot of courage if you want to enter the octagon like that. Yeah, you definitely need a lot of courage. These people are brave. Very, very brave, got to say. A lot of bravery was required for that. Bulgarian cowboy needs to sign to MMA promotion and make a run to UFC. Oh, thank you, man. Well, I am getting back tomorrow to train. Just to know, tomorrow morning I am getting back to training. And then starting Wednesday, I will continue training. Niall, my friend, thank you so much. Thank you so much, man, for all endless support. Both you and Kev are the fans of the year. Thank you so much for your endless support, guys. It really means a lot to me. Really means a lot to me. I mean, every single time. I understand that people are at work now. I know this is bad time for streaming. I know this time kind of sucks for streaming, but tonight you will see Modestas Bukauskas interview. So Modestas Bukauskas interview will show you how good he is, how good that guy really is, and what is going to happen. Yeah, Buka is. Buka will get back to the UFC. I'm telling you that he will get back to the UFC. Is there any boxing next week? Yes, there is. Not much though, but hold on. I'm gonna send you. Yes, there is a bit of boxing. You got Kim Clavel fighting Jessica Neri. You got Mazlum Magdanis fighting Christian Bielma. Efe Jagba fighting Steven Shaw. Guido Vianello fighting Jonathan Rice. I'm gonna make prediction tomorrow for that fight. Adam Lopez fighting Abraham Nova. And then you've got KSI versus Face Temper. Tomorrow I'm making predictions for that. Yeah. I think KSI gonna knock him out cold. Face Temper is a horrible boxer. Face Temper was knocked out in his previous fight. I'm telling you, Face Temper was brutally knocked out in his previous fight, so hardly. I think KSI gonna win, Salt Papi gonna win. Slim Albacher, I hate that guy, but he's probably gonna win. Swarns is going to lose to Ryan Taylor. Swarns is horrible when it comes to... Swarns is horrible boxer. Anthony Taylor, Idris Virgo. I know nothing about these two. Fate Ordway versus Al Brook. Fate Ordway sounds like a good favorite. Let me check whether they released the odds for that. Face Temper plus 700, KSI minus 1250. I told you. They don't believe he is going to win, man. Face Temper was brutally knocked out. I hope Swarms will lose. The other guy isn't that bad. No, the other guy isn't that bad at all. I also think KSI is going to win. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of KSI. Face Temper plus 700. I mean, if FaZe wins, it's going to be a massive upset. Since last time, I don't know whether he trained or not, but... Salt Papi knows to box. That guy is no bum. He knows to box, and he is left-handed like me. Salt Papi knows to box. Swarms is horrible. Anthony Taylor, Idris Virgo. That's a nice fight. I'm going to check if my bookies have this fight 1 second. Yeah, go ahead. I'm live for 5 more minutes, so 5, 6 more minutes. I'm live. Then I must go shopping. Yeah, check if they have. But if you want to risk with Temper, put a little money on Temper if you want to risk. That could be a nice risk. I don't know. Tomorrow I'm going to make LFA predictions and boxing predictions. I'm going to make that one tomorrow. Yeah, I'm definitely going to make those predictions. When is the interview today? Hello, Cyrus. I scheduled premiere. You can check it out. Check on my channel. I scheduled premiere, Cyrus. Thanks so lot for the support, guys. You rock. You really rock. Hopefully he makes it back to big promotion. Me too, man. Have you seen a great knockout he pulled out? He really pulled out a great knockout. It was a big. He explained how he knocked out Chuck Campbell. It was cutting. It was cutting and feinting, cage cutting and feinting, and also level change. I've heard what his coaches said between the rounds. I've heard what his coaches said, and that was a great piece of play, really. I think you will hear everything. You will hear everything what his coaches said, and also Modestas Bukauskas is praising my kicks. I trolled him for stealing kicks from me, and you will see what he said about stealing kicks. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. You'll see that he confessed that he stole his kicks from me. No, he really confessed. You will see. I said, Modestas, congrats on your victory and thank you for stealing my kicks. He's like, man, your kicks are awesome. I had to steal them somewhere. No, he's really thrilled by my TikTok. Really, you will see. He's really thrilled by my TikTok. He is now kicking like a taekwondo fighter. But really, his spinning back kick, he used to throw a kickboxing spinning back kick. But now he is throwing a taekwondo spinning back kick. And also he is now throwing taekwondo Brazilian kick and many other taekwondo techniques. Also spinning heel kick from taekwondo. His hips are looking more relaxed right now. There you go, his opponent. Chuck Campbell. It was New Year's Cage Warriors event. There seems to be no highlights of the fight, just pictures. Well, I believe at UFC on Fight Pass that you can re-air. I don't know. I was watching it live at UFC on Fight Pass, but I hope you can re-air Cage Warriors. Maybe on Instagram. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, try it out on Instagram, Cage Warriors. Try it out. There should be some highlight reel from that fight. Yes. Cage Warriors Twitter or Instagram. Try it out. Yeah, you might find something pretty much nice. He knocked him out cold with a big right hand, big right cross. Man, when are they? Oh fuck, that was nasty. Oh yeah. You can also check on my Instagram uh, when he started going wild. You can also see that on my Instagram when he started going wild. Modestas Bukauskas. And the backflip too, like Chandler. Oh yeah. He knows to do a backflip. Unfortunately, I don't. And he knows to do a backflip. It was a violent celebration. Really was a nice piece of play for him. I really enjoyed that. No, I really enjoyed that. I'm honest. I'm honest and honorable person. I really enjoyed it. Alright, guys. His leg seems to be healed good. Yeah, man, after that knee injury, after anterior cruciate ligament injury, thanks God he is fine. His ACL is fine now. But he can fight from both stances, both Southpaw and Orthodox, which is awesome. Just awesome. Alright, guys, thank you so much for the support. Vlad needs to go now. 4:45 p.m. Eastern Time, you will see the lovely interview coming up. So thank you so much, and tomorrow I will stream at more normal time. I promise I will stream later tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.